And good morning, this is Mr. Kassarian. Welcome to episode 4 of Automation, the car company Tycoon game. Alright guys, so it's still 1980. The Polaris is doing pretty well. The Sport and the Sport LE are doing well. We're still selling sort of an updated model of the Polaris 75. Bit better with the drivability, no sportiness on that thing, alright? And the Polaris 4-wagon is still being sold. Nice. More drivable, more comfortable, not as bit more fuel efficient, but it isn't nearly as sporty. So we've been tasked with creating a brand new sedan, right? All right, so we have a sedan, we have a Polaris version of the sedan, we have the 4-wagon, and we have the sports that are 2s. So let's create a new car, all right? This guy, so let's say it's 1982. This guy is going to be known as the Ambassador. All right. There we go. If you notice, I'm going with kind of a Honda E theme to my name here. So let's do that. Last 10 years. All right. We're going to go with this body type, and we're going to go with the 4-door version of it. All right. That's a car from 1980s. All right. Well, we could do that one, or we'd go with this one. Yeah, that's a bit more of a Honda body right there. Bit more modern looking. Okay, so let's start editing it, shall we? Let's pull that back a little bit. Pull that back. Let's give it a bit of a downward slope. Round that off just a little bit. Let's slide the nose out. Can we pinch the nose at all? Yeah, we do that. Slide that back a little bit. Give it a bit more of a streamlined look. Don't think I can change that. All right, so then let's expand the wheelbases a little bit. And expand them back here, because we have that sort of flared look going on with our company that I kind of like. So it's flared out. Big fenders on it. Line that forward a little bit. Bit more passenger space in there. Let's slide that forward so we have that sort of hatch look going on. Let's drag this forward just a little bit. Bring that forward like that. All right, so there we go. So this is going to be the Ambassador. All right. Bit better quality. Monocoque chassis, corrosion steel. Do you want to go transverse or longitudinal? Let's do transverse. And then we'll do a... So this is going to be more of our luxury model. All right, so we should probably go with a double wishbone front and... do I want to do... Yeah, let's do twin double wishbone. Corrosion resistant steel all the way around. We could go with handmade aluminum, but I don't like the fact... Well, it has average safety. Corrosion low, prestige very high. Let's go with the aluminum body. And we want this thing to look a little bit more impressive than our previous versions. All right, so we're going to go with this. Now, how do these look? Yeah, it's a nope. That's a big old nope. What about these? Yeah, so let's do this. Let's rotate these, right? And then we'll line these over just a little bit, all right? So you have those kind of small side lights, right? And then we'll go back to headlights, and I want to go with some chrome fogs right there. And then we'll go with indicators, and I want to go with sort of our typical indicator layout for these. So we'll do that. Oh. We'll pull these over and lengthen them out until they're about the same size, right? Of course, tell if I can click in the right places here. We're going to have to zoom in just a little bit, line these up a little bit better, and get these put into place alongside of them. Actually, let's delete those. Let's give ourselves the chromes. Rotate this up. Get these into position. Rotate them a little bit more. I wish there was a snap to align feature going on with this. All right, so we got those in now too. Hold on for a split second. Sorry about that. Alarm was going off and I had to fix it. All right. So we got those into place. And then headlights, we can also get a... let's see. Yeah, we'll do this. This seems like a good idea. So line those up. Yeah, those seem pretty aligned. All right, so we have those into place. Actually, I have to say that is actually going to be a pretty cool pack on that. And then we'll go with some indicators. We'll stick them... Nah, that was going to be a spot for other stuff. So let's go back to here, rechrome. Let's put them on the doors. All right, so we have indicators on the doors there for sided visibility. Then let's get ourselves some exhausts. Right there. All right. And we still need grills. All right. So let's take a look at grill designs here. So I want to go with something kind of cool looking. So put that there, right? And then, so that's that. That gives it kind of, yeah, okay. So, and then let's go with some vents here, all right? No. So those there, right? And then I also want to go with, let's see. How about we go you? Yeah, okay. And then we also want to go back to here. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. All right, that looks pretty decent. And then let's go with a badging. We'll go, nah, let's do something shinier. Let's do it this. So we want people to know that this is a sport luxury car, all right? We're doing a sport luxury series here. And then let's do a lip. We'll expand that all the way out. There we go. All right, so the lips on that there. Wings. All right, so let's go with a sort of small wing. Let me attach the hood. There we go. Just like that. All right. little bit of quality on that. We'll go with our standard light gray. We're going transverse four-wheel drive. And let's choose an engine type, all right? So we could go with the A4s, the A-series engines, or the B-series engines. But all of those are kind of small, so let's go with a new engine, all right? And we're going to go with a V8 flat plane. With an aluminum block, DOHC, we're going to go with a 5-valve aluminum, all right? And how big of an engine can we stuff in this thing? So it looks like the biggest engine we're really going to get in this is going to be a... Yeah, 91.3 square engine, which is a 4.7 liter V8 engine. Okay, so let's call this this would be what, the C... Yeah, so this is going to be the C... Oh, gosh. Yeah, the C8V22. All right, so let's call this the C8V22. C-Series engine. It's a V8 engine. 22. Okay. And let's move this along a little bit, shall we? Engine variant 1. This is going to be the full 4.7 C. All right. We're going to go with forged steel, I-beam steel, and forged on those. Okay. Boost the quality up a little bit. And let's take our compression up a little bit. And we'll take the cam pro. We'll kind of leave the cam profile. Let's take it up to a setting of 60 just for testing. And 4 on that. This is going to be naturally aspirated on this variant. Do I have decent fuel injection yet? We could go with a mechanical injection system. But for this, we'll just do a carburetor DCOE with quad carbs. We'll do performance air intake. And we'll say that this is a luxury car, so super leaded, no catalytic converter. All right, let's give ourselves a bit more fuel. We're probably going to need that. RPM limit, let's take that up to 6,200. Give our quality up to 4. Okay, let's go with a long tubular dual exhaust. Give that a bit more space. None. Straight through, straight through. Everyone wants to hear how loud our luxury car is. Let's start this up and see how badly it flubs. Alright, so we're pushing about 400 horsepower at 6,200 RPM. Looks like we still have some more space on that RPM range, though. So looks like we're maxing at 6,600 RPM. That's fun. We have a fair amount more octane to play with, actually. Because we're using an unleaded fuel, because we don't want a catalytic converter on this thing. So, let's see what we can do. Alright, so natural aspiration. We can get some more compression out of this thing. And we can also get some more ignition timing out of this. Oh, we're actually losing. Hold on. Alright, so that looks like as high as we can go with the ignition timing there. Fuel mixture 13 to 1 isn't too bad. So let's check out back here. torque curve's pretty nice. Compression, we can get a little bit more out of. Yep, and then that's too much right there. So let's boost our compression just enough so we don't knock on the engine there. We still have decent smoothness. So we're doing about 301 on performance index, pushing 449 horsepower out of this thing. That's actually not that bad, and it's actually pretty efficient. 5.586 pounds per horsepower. For horsepower hour. All right, that's not bad. Actually, and also the irony is, it looks like its max economy is not too far away from our best torque setting either. So that's pretty decent, actually. I'm impressed. All right, exhaust diameter. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, so we're pushing 555. We don't need to go up to the full race tubular, so that's not too bad. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we definitely need the dual exhaust on this baby. All right, so that actually looks pretty good. Oh, that's a nice sound. That is a nice, nice sound. .449 horsepower. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So let's do one more thing here. Let's do a new variant. And this will be the 4.7 FE, because I'm just curious, all right? 4.7 FE. And we're going to go with forged steel, I-beam steel, forged. And thank you. Now, what was that? Actually, no, you know what we want to do? Trash that. Duplicate that. Engine variant 1. 4.7 FE. Engine, please. There we go. So now what happens if we take this thing over and we say that it's an injection? Ugh. Mechanical injection throttle per cylinder. Interesting. That drops it by quite a bit. Yeah, so I think the problem is that it's just not... the mechanical injection just can't keep up with it. Basically, I think that's what we're seeing. Oh. That did some interesting things to my torque curves. Oh, okay. So the fuel octane is higher right now, so we're gonna have to like back some of these settings off just a little bit. And boost our fuel settings. So it's at about the same. Now we got the engine knock on, it's at about the same level. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. It's at about the same. So we're actually just going to use the 4.7C. Because that seems to be doing a bit better. Alright, so we're going to give her... automatic torque converter 4 ratio. Top speed of... 154, 157. Close enough. Let's give ourselves a little more room on the spacing there. Let's go with a... viscous LSD. 100% front. Let's give her some more quality. All right. Let's do that. There we go. Alloy rims, of course. It's a luxury car after all. I like those wheel types. We'll go with solid disc, 1 piston, solid disc, 1 piston. Drop these down to be mostly comfort side. Oh, I forgot to tell that this is the luxury edition. And I'm going to guesstimate here that I'm going to need like 270s, 200s on these. Somewhere in that range. I'll go with fully clad. Doesn't really need downforce right now. How much do I need? I need 2. Well, let's give her some brake flow. And then we can keep that about there. And then we're going to go with a 5-seat luxury interior with luxury cassette, power steering, ABS traction, advanced there, and comfort. This model will give it hydropneumatic, sway bars passive with a comfort ride setting. Details. All right. Drivability is 37. Comfort is 49. What are we losing here? Torque curve, smoothness, responsiveness. Yeah, okay. There ain't much I could do about that. Cabin noise. Again, not much I can do about it. Oh, right. Okay. Well, we should go back to our... Well, they can deal with it. Passenger space is nice. Entertainment is very nice. Suspension's nice. Cabin noise is a minus. Torque curve and smoothness are both minuses, but whatever. Let's see if we can do anything about this. Let's see. Brake quality, brake pad type, drivability. What am I losing on? Gearbox, footprint. Okay, brake fade. Brake fade we need to fix. Drivetrain we need to fix. Engine. Yeah, that's fine. You can deal with it. Wheel spin. Yeah, okay. So let's come back over to here. How are we doing? Yeah, so we're just have to go with significantly larger brakes on this model. Well, you know what? Of all the vehicles I have, this may be the one where I want to go with a 2-piston setup. A vented disc 2-piston on this one. Well, that looks good. We've solved the brake fade problem. Airflow, yeah, that's whatever. That's fine. Let's look at our gearbox. That seems to be optimal right there. We're still getting some wheel spin, so let's actually go up to... Oh gosh, look at that wheel spin on that. Whoa, buddy. Okay. That's that's impressive amount of wheel spin on that. Jeez. There's not much I can do about it though. I mean, part of the problem is we're just putting down so much power onto the road here. Yeah, suspension doesn't look too bad. Off-road is terrible. Bottom out's bad. Drivability is nice, and comfort is nice, and prestige is nice, and safety is very nice. So, I think that that is a decent model. It is not the worst sporty car in the world, but it's okay. I mean, it is okay. It's a nice standard car. It's a nice daily driver, if you will. Not daily driver, but luxury driver. 50, 49, 44, 57. I like it. I like it a lot. Tires, whatever. That's fine. We can't do much about that. Comfort, again. Torque curve and smoothness, that's the engine type. Cabin noise, that's the engine as well. I mean, if we bop back to the engine, we could go the reverse flow. Because, see, straight through... Not losing that much horsepower, though. Yeah, not at all. If we do a pair of reverse flows, that brings our loudness down a fair amount. Let's see what that does back under trim. All right, that actually for somehow made it worse. Like, what is it doing? Pair of straight throughs on there. Yeah, and that improved everything. Okay. Dropped comfort a little bit to 44.9, but honestly, it's high enough as it is that it should be fine. Yeah, because the torque curve is not as good, and cabin noise is much worse. Much worse. Oh, jeez. So now what is that doing? Let's go back to trim. Dropped our sportiness, but drivability went up a little bit. Cabin noise went down a little bit. That's good. How did roll angle go up? And why did chassis stiffness go up? Oh, they didn't really. Okay. Torque curve got a little worse. That's okay. But, you know, I think that should be good. 50, 46, 44, 57. That's a nice car, all right? I would be happy to own one of those. So that's the luxury edition for the 82 Ambassador. I like her. Looks very European for the era. Also looks a little bit more modern with those wide fenders and that whole design thing going on with the sort of Triumph, not Triumph, but Aston Martin style nose too going on there. I like it though. I like it though. It looks pretty nice. It looks kind of luxurious. I wish this lined up, but I think that's a graphical glitch going on right now. Oh no, it's the shadow. That's what's happening. It's the reflection. Okay. Anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank y'all for watching. As always, it's been fun. In the next episode, well, we may work on something a bit new for 1982. All right, guys. Hope you have fun building. See ya.